What is up, you guys? I'm here at the park and I found this little area with this beautiful tree behind me. I came here and I actually filmed this video 2 weeks ago and I didn't like it. I wanted to actually just come on here and be super honest and very personal about what I've been going through. That's why this topic is called Overcoming Funks, and I'm gonna walk you guys through. It's just things that I do personally that help me overcome funks, and it's things that even in my funk that I was feeling last night too, it was very difficult to implement, because when you're in the funk, you just sometimes you can't bring yourself to do what you need to do, but we gotta do it. We have to do it. And I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. You are not alone in what you are feeling. But we gotta appreciate these lows, right? Because if we didn't appreciate these lows, we would not know what those highs felt like. We would not have those overwhelmingly happy, teary-eyed moments, you know? So, before I get started, before I even start anything, I want you to say it out loud with me. Everything that I'm experiencing right now is valid, as I am always healing. I am complete, I am whole. One more time. Everything that I'm experiencing right now is valid, as I am always healing. I am complete, I am whole. Say that out loud, and let's move into the video. I'm a hustler, bitch. I'm especially excited to come on here and start talking to you guys about things that I've experienced in my journey, things that I've learned, and I know a lot of us are on the same wavelength, so it's just gonna be really nice to talk about things that we understand, you know. Or if you guys are new to this whole spiritual life, I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for trusting your time with me. So, funks. I want to talk about a disclaimer really quick, and that is, if you are battling with something like depression or something that you are actually diagnosed with, this video will still apply, but I will highly encourage you to seek therapy, seek some assistance. Even if you're not diagnosed with anything, I highly encourage you to go see a therapist, because seeing an unbiased person who can help you get all these thoughts and these messages from your mind into just talking about it, it really allows you to be more clear and more aware of the actual degree of the intensity that you're thinking. I say that because I go seek therapy, especially when I'm in my really deep lows. Sometimes when you're in lows, you don't know how to really get yourself out of it, even when you know what you know. Even when you know X, Y, and Z steps, they still cannot be enough when you're really deep in your funk. Now, for me personally, what I was experiencing was my solar plexus being closed, and your solar plexus is the third one up, the yellow one, where it's where your personality resides, your self-esteem, and your sense of worth. For me personally, my insecurities came from my friendships. So for you, it might mean something different. It might mean that you are out of touch with your body on a physical level, your root chakra, with inspiration. It's a lot of things that are having to do with a disconnect from you with yourself. There's this quote that I saw in this book that said, if you're swallowed by the lion and you're looking for the lion, you don't know that you're inside the lion. If you are unconscious about something, you don't know that you're being unconscious. A lot of the times when we're in these funks or in these lower frequencies, it's because we're thinking a lot. We're getting very airheaded, and we're very up in our crown chakra, just thinking and thinking a lot. It has everything to do with the past and the future. It might have been something that happened yesterday, years ago, months ago, something very minimal, that like a comment that someone said that was somewhere like at the store and it really just stuck with you, or it could be something from attached to the future, an expectation. You're anticipating something, you're scared of something in the future, you're worried that something might happen in the future, and a lot of that just kind of latches onto our subconscious, and it's processing while we're going through our day-to-day, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and your frequency is lower, you just don't feel like doing anything, and then those feelings pile on and you don't know where it's coming from, and so therefore there comes the unconsciousness. So because we are in this funk that's attached to the past and or the future, we are working through the layers of trying to separate ourselves from those thought processes trying to help these emotions move through us, and trying to help the energy that's stuck in our body move through and just overcome them. The stagnant energy that's trapped in our bodies is projecting out into the world, and it's projecting out into irritability or negative energy or criticism or self-doubt or disempowerment, not inspired, not motivated. That's what we're going to be working through. So that brings me to step 1. First thing that you want to do when it comes to overcoming this little funk, lower frequency energy that you're feeling right now is to recognize that you are feeling it. Sometimes we don't know that we're irritable. We don't know that we are being negative with our friends, or we don't know that we're criticizing everything that we're coming across. We don't know that we are living in this lower frequency. So the first step is to always bring awareness and practice bringing awareness all the time, not just with when you're on your funks, but with what you say, and just being aware with what you're projecting onto others. So through the whole process of me talking about these steps, we're trying to peel off layers. We are trying to get to the root of the problem. Sometimes it doesn't even need to be a root that we get to. Sometimes it just needs to be something that we move past. As we're trying to peel off the layers, it's not about why we're experiencing this, because we know why. It's a part of our human experience. It's a part of our healing process. It's about our shadow work. It's about working with our inner child. But sometimes we just go through these feelings because, I don't know, it's about time that you just go through this feeling of a low. Step 2 is to write it down. This is going to be your journaling step. If you don't have a journal, you need to get one ASAP Rocky. I will come to your house and I will drag you to Walmart and get you the cutest freaking journal you've ever seen in your entire life, with the cutest set of pens. Specifically, we're going to be doing a stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness is just writing non-stop for a set amount of time. You're going to be doing it for 5 minutes. But before you start the timer, ask yourself, write it down, what am I experiencing? Set the timer and write. If you've never done this before, you write until the timer stops and you don't stop. You can write, I'm feeling blah 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 blah. My boyfriend just walked into the room. Now I'm thinking. Everything that's coming into your thought processes, you are going to put it on paper. The main reason for this is so that you can start to slow down, 1, your thought processes, 2, get more clear on what you're actually thinking and what's coming to the forefront of your mind, and just to let it all out. Like, just let out everything that you've been thinking in those 5 minutes. It allows you to separate yourself from those thoughts and prep you for your step 3. Step 3 is grounding. Grounding, I see them in 2 different aspects, which is grounding with your body and grounding with nature. You ground yourself through meditation, yoga, stretching, anything that gets you connected to your physical body. What I do when I'm grounding myself is I meditate by myself in the bathtub. I put candles, I grab a book, I put my crystals around, and that really just allows me to connect with myself and really enjoy my own space. I would highly recommend that you take the time to be by yourself, because there is a huge influence when you have your boyfriend, your girlfriend, other friends around. It's a really big influence, and even though it's positive sometimes and you have positive friends that can help you through it, I would just encourage you to take a leap of faith on yourself and spend the time with yourself and fall in love with who you are in your own space. So go out to the park like how I am right now, meditate, sit there, watch the clouds, go at night, do anything that's gonna help you connect with yourself and with nature, with earth, and try to implement some meditation. If you're not comfortable with meditation, I highly encourage you to just keep at it. It's a little difficult at first, I promise you, it will get better. If you are sitting in your room or watching this video right now and you're like, I'm not thinking about anything specific, I'm just feeling a certain way, that's okay, because sometimes when we go through an experience, our subconscious processes and wires our body to memorize it. It's so that we can protect ourselves in the future. But we embody that feeling, and that emotion or that energy gets trapped in our bodies and it's not released yet. So if you went through something that you've just been really confused about and you haven't let yourself cry, or you haven't let yourself express that feeling, punch a pillow or break something, this is the time to do it. Go let yourself have that alone time and cry on a pillow, punch the pillow, break a plate, and really just let the stagnant energy move through your body. And trust me, don't you always feel so much better when you let yourself cry? You just give yourself that awesome cry. Sometimes you're like, why am I crying? Why am I even... Trust me, you need to cry. And I want to also leave you with this. Anybody who is ashamed of being sensitive, to be sensitive is to mean that you have a sense of self and you have a sense of empathy around the world. To not be sensitive would actually be more dangerous, because it would mean that you can't sense other people, or you can't have this connection with the world. And I think everybody has, and I think a lot of people are very scared to get in touch with it. So don't be one of those people. Jump into releasing that energy and expressing yourself and dealing with the feeling that you're going through, because it is valid, but it needs attention. You don't resist it, you go through it. Everything that I am experiencing right now is valid, as I am always healing. I am whole, I am complete. You are whole and you are complete. You are not alone in going through this funk, and know that I am with you. And know that I just went through my little funk too. And if you guys like these talks, I don't even know if I did a great job, honestly. I just like winged it. But if you guys like these talks, let me know, and let me know if like you gained anything from it. Make sure to click the subscribe button if you want to see more, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. I was just thinking, if anybody was interested about the solar plexus thing, an affirmation that you can use is I can overcome this. I can reach the dream body that I've always wanted. I can be whatever. I can is your affirmation. Just work on that self-esteem, girl or guy. You got this. I got this. I've been saying my affirmations. I've been screaming them out. I've been screaming them outside of my car, and I've been saying them to myself in my bathroom, in the morning when I wake up in my bed. I've been writing them down, and it's been helping tons.